Could 30 billion SpongeBobs and Patricks beat Goku and Vegeta? This concept actually originated from the video by Watch Fiction where they scaled how many SpongeBobs are needed to defeat different characters. And based on the video, 30 billion SpongeBobs are needed to beat Goku. This resulted in a lot of memes since the scenario is highly absurd. For example, if Goku were to defeat one SpongeBob, then the 29,999,999,999 don't stand a chance against him. So, let's make a better analysis. Let's get to know the character's strengths and weaknesses and see who would truly win. But let's add a little twist to it. What if we added Patrick and Vegeta to the equation? Today, let's see if 15 billion SpongeBobs and 15 billion Patricks can defeat Goku and Vegeta. The Contenders. Before we begin, let's get to know the characters first. We'll start with arguably the two most powerful members of the Saiyan race, Goku and Vegeta. Goku is the main character of Dragon Ball. He is essentially an alien on Earth because he was originally from the planet Vegeta and, as mentioned earlier, part of the Saiyan race. Goku's character is based on Sun Wukong, also known as Son Goku in Japan and the Monkey King of the West. Goku is also influenced by martial artists such as Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, so he definitely is a match for SpongeBob's impressive, not martial arts skills. Now, if we're talking about power level, that's where it gets a little bit complicated, because Goku has many forms and his power has been continuously increasing since the series started. But for the sake of this epic fight, we will be considering Goku at his highest power level, his true mastered Ultra Instinct form, which is said to be at a level of 17.9 septillion. With this power level, Goku is within the range of a multiversal level, which ranges from 10 septillion to 100 octillion. A multiversal level character has the capability to create or destroy a countably infinite number of four-dimensional universal space-time continuums. Now let's talk about Goku's partner for this fight, Vegeta. Vegeta is the prince of planet Vegeta and is widely known to be Goku's rival. When he was first introduced, the prince was way more powerful than Goku. However, due to continuous training and character arcs, and well, the fact that Goku is the protagonist, Goku eventually surpassed Vegeta's power level. But that doesn't mean Vegeta should be taken lightly. At his maximum power level, at his full power Super Saiyan Blue evolution form, his power reaches up to 9.5 sextillion, which is at the low multiversal level. Low multiversal level characters' power ranges from 1 sextillion to 10 septillion. After knowing about the extreme prowess of the two, let's head over to the characteristics of the goofy bikini bottom duo, SpongeBob and Patrick. Now, fair warning, you might want to brace yourself cause this might just surprise you. If you're thinking that Goku and Vegeta can simply wipe off the entire population of SpongeBobs and Patricks, then think again. But trust me when I say that that's what I initially thought too. If we were to consider how we effortlessly rotated the Earth, destroyed the moon, and survived a nuclear explosion, among many other things, then even SpongeBob alone already has a great fighting chance against these two Saiyan warriors. SpongeBob SquarePants is a yellow, enthusiastic, energetic, and optimistic sea sponge who lives in a pineapple in Bikini Bottom, a town under the sea. SpongeBob is usually carefree and is essentially a gag character. However, throughout the show, he has done several amazing feats showing that the sea sponge has high power, although it is inconsistent. But as I said, for the sake of an epic battle, we'll take the contenders at their highest power level. So, at his highest power level, SpongeBob is actually a galaxy-level character with power that ranges from 5 to 100 trillion. This is based on the episode The String, where he erased the entire Milky Way galaxy and even everything visible on screen, essentially turning everything into a white void with just a pull of a string. And there's that SpongeBob can easily erase a galaxy, and arguably he can be even more powerful than that if he can turn things into the void. Patrick the Star, on the other hand, is a starfish who happens to be SpongeBob's best friend. Patrick lives under a rock and is SpongeBob's neighbor. Most of the time, Patrick is regarded as dim-witted, except for some episodes, such as when Patrick plugs his brain, he becomes hyper-intelligent. But when he unplugs it, it seems like it doesn't all go away. Among the characters in SpongeBob, Patrick is the only one who acknowledges parallel universes. To be fair, there are lots of alternate realities in the show, such as 2D things being able to interact with the characters. Add to that, there is this popular line by Patrick, which is his answer to SpongeBob's question asking what his goal was. He said, "I want to defeat the giant monkey man can and save the 9th dimension. If it is canon that Patrick indeed has great cosmological awareness, then these other dimensions might truly exist. With that, it is important to note that Patrick has the capability to interact with these dimensions or even simply have knowledge about them. This makes him actually pretty intelligent despite his humble appearance. Now, talking about the power level, it is said that Patrick is also a galaxy-level character like SpongeBob, also based from the String episode where he was able to erase SpongeBob, who erased an entire galaxy, meaning he is at least on the same level as him. But Patrick can also arguably be more powerful than that given his knowledge of other dimensions, because we don't know how he navigates those dimensions if he can access them. Before we head into the epic battle between the two Saiyans and the billion clones of these goofy best friends, let's take into account some considerations. The first thing to consider here is that Goku and Vegeta are rivals, while SpongeBob and Patrick are best friends. There were multiple instances where we see Goku and Vegeta disagree, but to be fair, SpongeBob and Patrick also have their fair share of disagreements. There was even one episode where they tried to eat each other. So the two teams better work on their dynamics before or even during the big fight. Breathing limitations. The second thing would be breathing limitations. It's a given that SpongeBob and Patrick will die without water, while Goku and Vegeta need air to breathe. So to be fair to both parties, let's say the arena where the fight will take place has shallow water for SpongeBob and Patrick while still providing air for Goku and Vegeta. The Bikini Bottom duo seem to be the size of a squirrel, so even knee-deep water would be enough to sustain them. Contenders' attitudes. Another important consideration is the fighter's attitude throughout the match. If SpongeBob and Patrick will retain their goofy characters, then the two Saiyan warriors can easily defeat them. On the other hand, Vegeta is known to be cocky and even hot-headed, so he can easily be annoyed by his quirky best friends. His cocky attitude can also bring them to their demise because we don't know what SpongeBob and Patrick have up their sleeves. The epic battle and the catch. And now it's time for the grand battle. So we already know that Goku and Vegeta are extremely powerful, and some might think that they can probably defeat SpongeBob and Patrick with just one blast. And that's where you, my dear viewers, are mistaken. We already established that SpongeBob and Patrick are at least galaxy-level characters, which is way below the power of Goku and Vegeta's power combined. But we are forgetting one vital thing: the number of SpongeBobs and Patricks. These two galaxy-level characters multiplied to 15 billion each? That's way too many zeros for me to compute, but a total of 30 billion SpongeBobs and Patricks, that's almost quadruple the population of the entire world. If we were to base it on the original Watch Fiction video, it was said that 30 billion SpongeBobs are needed to defeat Goku alone, while 14.2 SpongeBobs are needed to defeat Vegeta. So if we were to follow that logic, then Goku and Vegeta undeniably will win this fight because there are way fewer SpongeBobs present to defeat them both. But with careful analysis and multiple cross-referencing, calculations show that that will not be the case. It seems like the SpongeBobs and Patrick severely overpower the Saiyans. But let's give them a fighting chance, alright? Goku and Vegeta have the capability to fuse. They have two fusion outcomes, Gogeta and Vegeto. Gogeta is a result of the fusion dance, while Vegeto is a result of using the Potara earrings. So let's say this fusion increases their power level. And let's be generous, let's say these fusion characters can even reach Super Saiyan levels. But there's another catch. Goku and Vegeta can only use their powered forms in limited amounts of time. Gogeta can only be used for 30 minutes, while Vegeto can only be used for an hour. And even their highly powerful forms have an expiration per se, and this limitation might just be their downfall. SpongeBob and Patrick, on the other hand, are known to be able to regenerate limbs and survive nuclear-level bombs, and that's just considering one of each. So if SpongeBob and Patrick can draw out the fight, the Saiyans might just run out of stamina and lose. It's actually not even that hard because the two can simply regenerate over and over again. But the SpongeBobs and Patricks have one key weakness: wits. If Goku and Vegeta cannot beat them by force, if they are creative enough, they might be able to beat the SpongeBob-Patrick army by manipulating them, maybe even urging them to fight each other. But is that Saiyan ideology? We'll never know, but let's not remove the possibility of them doing it due to sheer desperation. However, and this is probably the biggest however of them all, SpongeBob and Patrick have access to Toon Force or cartoon logic. This means we are never really sure what secrets or powers they have. have. They might whip out the magic pencil and simply erase Goku and Vegeta from existence. The Saiyans can fight off probably several of them, but billions of SpongeBobs and Patricks that all have magic pencils? Now that's probably something they can't even imagine fighting against. And there's that. The Saiyans are ultra-powerful beings, but they have limitations. SpongeBob and Patrick have cartoon logic. You know what? Even just a few of them could probably completely obliterate Goku and Vegeta if they wanted to. Conclusion. When I first came across this question, my first thought was, of course, Goku and Vegeta would easily win. But after deep research, computing the speed of light, probing the cosmos, and studying alternate realities, it came to me that these Saiyan warriors don't even stand a chance. To be fair, this is truly not something I expected. But one thing I learned from all of this is that multiple SpongeBobs and Patricks can completely wipe off entire multiverses. These two are forces to be reckoned with, and not even Earth's greatest hero can defeat them. And the big question lingers, is there any hero that can defeat SpongeBob and Patrick? We will end this video with an entirely different question than the first one, a more realistic inquiry. I believe a better question is, how many Saiyans would it take to defeat even just 1 billion SpongeBobs and Patricks?